I used to rap. No, I mean everybody back in the day used to rap.
How'd you know? How'd you know?
Yeah, I was like, who told you that?
Welcome back to episode 8 of the Secret Ingredients to Real Estate. I believe that's the name of the show.
Yes.
We've got a special guest over here, my friend Jeff Chow. He's actually a real chef. And we've got the most beautiful and talented Dimitra Miras as usual with, what are we cooking today, guys?
You want to go?
Today, since we have a chef in the house, we're going to leave it up to him. And we're definitely making breakfast for dinner, which is frittata, but you can always use that for lunch or brunch. It's easy, quick, perfect for anyone in real estate or anyone with busy life, right? That you want to have something nutritious, quick and easy on the table, and then you're out of the door, right? So let's start.
So
Jeff,
we don't actually
it's
have
all yours.
like there's no direction to this talk today. There's no actual content, but we wanted to feature Jeff because he's been watching us cook now. He's like, you know what? I gotta teach these people a little something about
Not
cooking.
even. Look, I thought it was a great concept. I feel for me as a chef, or I consider myself a chef. I'm still a bit rusty at times, but it's therapeutic.
Yeah.
And in the stressful world of real estate,
Yes.
for me, I cook to kind of balance that out.
Okay.
And then also there's a big thing with real estate. I believe in personal development, staying healthy, staying disciplined. So preparing your food is important. It, grocery shopping, if we have time to do it,
Yes.
it's important.
Instacart.
Instacart, okay.
Yeah, I haven't really gotten into Instacart yet,
me
but
neither.
I like going to grocery stores.
Okay.
Anyway.
Okay. Well, on top of that,
Yeah.
what is your actual full-time job?
Real estate agent. Yeah.
Okay. Tell us more.
Been
How long have you been in the business?
just over 5 years.
Yeah.
2 years on my own, and then I had, the blessing to meet Mr. Stephen Kim.
Yes.
As we all know.
Yes.
He might show up. We don't know yet.
Yeah, he's a mentor, brother, and that's when I like to say that's when I really started real estate.
Yeah.
He's friend, coach, everything and more. And so a little over 5 years. I feel like I'm
Beautiful.
just learning everything new every day, though.
Yeah.
That's the thing, right?
Okay.
We discussed it a little earlier. 5
So-
years is like the threshold. I feel like it's like, wow, I made it 5 years.
Yeah.
Let's do another 5.
Well, you know what you do say? We always say this, right? Work hard, be kind, and then you'll get success.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So there's actually a joke here. So we'll talk more about real estate,
Okay.
but there's a joke here. So the joke here is that we've got this amazing cooking show.
Yes.
We got the chef, the real chef, and the guy who's like, I'm not cooking. Okay? So I went to school for I went to hospitality tourism school at Ryerson.
Yeah.
Specialized in food and beverage. We had a George Brown professor that, gave me that certification, but I won't cook. So when you say therapeutic, I get it. No, man, this is anxiety. Look at these onions cut so beautifully, right? Dimitra just did that to prepare. And look at these asparagus.
And what did we say? When we
It's called
slice?
bias. So when you
It's
slice things
bias,
on an
yes.
angle, the chef term is
I learned a new term
slicing on a
today,
bias.
right? So it's
Oh,
good.
okay.
Or
So
very
let's-
thin too, like very thin. You take green onions.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or and just do like really thin. The Asian community does it really
Okay.
a lot. Yeah.
And then was the peppers cut any special way?
So
No, I'm being
Nah.
I'm
facetious.
gonna
Those
do
are
a bias
bite-sized
chopping of this.
Bite-sized spice.
Can we get check this
Right.
out, like how she does this?
Oops.
Oh, wow.
Right, yes, be careful. Don't come too close, okay? But yes, and then.
So the joke's on me.
Yes.
But I'll let you guys carry on. I'm
Okay.
gonna go take my seat over there, and you guys do the kitchen thing, and then we'll talk.
Thank you.
Absolutely, and we need
awesome.
to get
Excited to be
going
here.
here. Right, exactly. All right.
So tell us more again. What are you guys cooking today?
Egg frittata. So there's 2 big egg dishes, I guess. Besides, everyone knows the traditional breakfast of eggs over easy, sunny side with your sausage, your bacon, your protein. You got your toast. Sometimes your English breakfast will have beans, will have blood pudding. But in this case, we're going to focus on the omelet world. Now, there's omelets and there's frittatas. Omelet is something you cook and it stays on the stove. Frittata is you start on the stove and it finishes in the oven. So it's almost like a quiche, but there's no dough, right? There's no pastry.
That's all. And you were teaching me about how to season the pan. That's really cool. Can you show us again?
Most important thing
Yes.
in making omelets or frittatas is seasoning your pan. Now, good thing nowadays they got these non-stick pans, so if you get a really good non-stick pan, you won't really have to worry about it. But
That's from IKEA, bro.
well, I'll season any pan anyway.
Okay.
Like
But
just
no,
so
IKEA has like really good pans. That's what I'm trying to say. Like,
I have a love-hate relationship with IKEA.
okay, tell us
Yeah.
more.
I don't,
Tell us more. We can have a coaching session here.
IKEA's like, I can't even say it on camera, but it's like, I remember taking dates to IKEA.
Oh,
And if I could get halfway through IKEA with my date, you know?
that's why they had the couches at the beginning.
If not,
right?
you know how you have those secret little doors you can go into the next
and
section and out and down?
Jeff, can I ask you something? Did you ever score with a date at IKEA? Like,
Well, the good thing is
You're lucky you didn't take me out to IKEA.
if you were going to score, at least you have the bedding area.
Okay,
The mattress area.
TMI. We've got children
Anyway,
watching our
we're
show.
going back to the seasoning.
Yes.
So
Okay.
seasoning your pan, very crucial part of making omelets and frittatas. It's simple. You just add a little oil, add some salt, and you're gonna bring the pan to a smoking temp. So you want to see a little bit of smoke, like that. And then what you're gonna do, you're gonna take a cloth or a paper towel. I use a paper towel, and I rub it aggressively. So I'll do it quickly.
Okay.
I've already seasoned these pans, but I'm gonna do it anyway. So salt. Take a little bit of oil.
So you've already done the high heat, or you put salt first and then you put oil?
Yeah, so I'll put, just so you don't burn yourself,
Yeah.
I'll put the salt first, I'll put a little oil, and then I'll bring the heat up, right?
Okay,
Until you see it smoking.
nice.
And be careful, use a proper cloth. See, it's already smoking. I'll take the heat off, and then I'll just aggressively rub the
I'm
pan.
so fascinated by this. Like, I know people like do this all the time. Like, if you're cooking and you're a chef, you know how to do this. But I'm just fascinated. I just love that it's happening in this kitchen.
Yeah, and so this is a crucial part because it's going to allow us, and you'll see it when we actually plate the frittata, that it's not going to stick on the pan.
So let's talk about the ingredients. What are we putting in this frittata? Let's get started here.
well, of course we have eggs,
Yes.
right?
How many? So how many are you making for how many people?
For how many are we here, right?
6 people.
That's
Yeah.
that's a great question.
Okay. So
I
how
don't.
many eggs?
Yeah, we did a dozen.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't measure. This is the other thing. I'm mixed. I'm very fortunate.
You
I
must have some Greek blood
no,
in
well,
him.
I think any culture, if you're multicultural, like for instance, I'm part Chinese, I have Trinidadian in me, we don't measure. It's, I remember going to baking class in
Okay.
school, which is
Yeah.
very high measuring, very detailed. I hated it
Yeah.
because it goes against the grain of what
I can bake. I love to bake.
then you're,
Brownies.
Then you
cake.
measure.
then you
Yes.
like measuring.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because all it takes is one measuring like off and in,
That's why recipes trip me out.
Yes. But it's
interesting. you need it to be organized, right?
I do.
No, man, I like throwing things together. So anyway, like, I don't even really measure. I can tell with how many people here. Oh,
Six.
with 6? I'll do a dozen. Yeah, what? Egg, 2 eggs, average. You know, put a
per
little.
person.
Once you have the veggies or proteins, it's gonna expand
Right.
and turn it into more of a meal.
Okay. So we got a dozen eggs.
Yeah.
What else we have?
Of mushrooms,
Okay.
asparagus.
Yes.
And
What's that
bell
called?
peppers, right?
okay.
Orange today because that's all we had.
So Dimitra, do these
Onions,
come from the organic store downtown?
Red onions.
or-
No, today was Metro, just
Metro?
down the street
Sponsored
from
by
where I
Metro
live.
today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So
Awesome.
Yeah.
Metro.
yes, and we're going to use some Tex-Mex cheeses, right, for flavor.
Yeah.
I mean, you could do some pepper flakes if you want.
The best part about a frittata, it's like a pizza. You can put anything in it.
Exactly,
You
right?
can you can
So-
put protein, any proteins. We're
Yes.
going vegetarian today, but
Exactly.
you can put, like I've had chefs put chicken in a frittata.
So I'm going to Montreal this weekend, and what I love is that they put their Montreal smoked meat in all
yeah.
their. Oh, it's so delicious.
You know?
Delicious.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
So what's mixing? Let's talk about what's
Okay,
mixing over here.
so I think we already have the eggs.
Yeah, so
almost
there's
ready.
this term called mise en place, which
Mise
is
en place.
a French term, mise en place,
Okay.
which is preparation, and that's probably like the most another critical part of preparing food is be organized. Cut all
Right.
your veggies, get everything ready, especially when you're doing a lot of sautéing or frying.
Yeah.
So we did our mise en place.
Yes, we're all ready.
So I'm just going to
Everything's
start
done.
cooking the frittata, and then I'll mix the salad dressing.
Yes.
We have an amazing salad dressing that I love. Very simple balsamic vinegar salad dressing with Dijon. We usually use honey. Today I'm going to use a maple syrup.
Oh,
You know, shout out to
that's
Quebec.
The
Yeah.
flavor.
Shout out to Montreal.
Ooh.
That's the simple.
Okay, don't use all the maple syrup.
I want just a tiny bit.
Because I need it for breakfast tomorrow.
Okay. Just a tiny bit. Cool?
Maybe an ounce or two.
I'm just kidding.
Okay,
I like to mess
all
with you guys.
right.
So medium heat, because you don't want the veggies to burn too quick. Cool?
So Jeff, let's talk about some real estate stuff here.
Talk to me.
You've been in the business for 5 years.
Yeah.
And you know, we were talking last time about how things have changed. What's your perspective on marketing and how should like I've seen you do some videos, some really cool videos.
Yeah.
So tell us more about what your perspective is on marketing homes for sale.
You have to go relentless on the marketing.
Okay.
So it's good. Steve has this saying, and it's embedded in my head. It's not the market.
Yeah.
It's the marketing.
Okay.
So if people say, okay, well, how's the market, or it's doing this, it's doing that, or how homes are not getting sold properly, it's usually not because of the market, it's because of the marketing. So I think marketing, how you market, how you can convey the information, how you make it look, how you present it, how you spread the word. It's funny because I've been in promotions most of my life. I used to do nightclubs.
We were talking about that because we both did nightclub promotions.
Right. So I used to do nightclubs.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
I used to do nightclubs and stuff like that, and the name of the game in that was just getting as many people through the door.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
I'll never forget the day I went to like open house and I saw a line of people, and it was chaos, and I was like, wow, this is pretty intense. And then I saw someone at the door, almost with like a clipboard, and it made me remember like, wait a minute, this is so similar to a club.
Yeah.
So I took that and I now use that as like my motivation to say, okay, well, wait a minute, it's the same thing as an open house.
Right.
If you market it properly, create enough hype, spread the word, knock on neighbor's door.
Yeah.
Your job is
Did you say knock on neighbor's door?
Everything.
We were just talking about that.
Everything. You got to stop overthinking it. You got to get as many eyes, qualified eyes, not eyes, just get people through the door.
Yeah.
And so I take that motivation and now realize like, I'll talk to Steve, I'll talk to the team, and I'll be like, okay, well, how can we really think outside the box to make this like an extravaganza or make this an event?
Right.
And the clients and the sellers appreciate that because we're doing everything we can to get as many people through the door to generate as many offers as possible.
Yeah.
And
So rumor has it that you're pretty good at singing and rapping and putting music together.
I'm singing and rapping. I used to rap. No, I mean everybody back in the day used to rap.
How'd you know?
Yeah, I was like, who told you that?
So when's the next music video coming out?
I started DJing at 15.
Okay.
So again, very fortunate. I got into music at a young age. I think for the most part, I can go on and on about how we all have this creative, intuitive soul in us.
Yeah.
I think it's very important we scratch that no matter what we do.
Right.
So for me, like cooking, music is therapeutic. Programming, which is a little bit, is like I think the right way of talking about DJing, because DJing is like art of mixing. Programming is you can bring any good music together if it makes sense.
Yeah.
You're telling a story.
Right.
Like DJing, a little bit more technical.
So this is a story you're telling when you're marketing a home for sale, right?
Yeah, like imagine going to an open house.
Yeah.
What's going on, seeing like this chaos, and then you go up, you can't get in, you gotta wait in line. Right? And then there's someone at the door making sure, because you can't have too many people inside, you got to make sure that they're connecting with the property. You're still selling the property, right?
Yeah.
And then I'm trying to multitask here.
Okay, let's go back to cooking.
No,
it's all good. Okay, so remember you got to do one without onions, right?
Yeah, I'm going to do the big one with onions.
Okay. I love professional chefs. You know, they just throw stuff in there and then
today,
it just all comes together.
Jeff.
Dimitra, you get a break today, so maybe you can school him.
Actually, yes, I learned quite a bit actually, believe it or not.
You can teach him a little bit more about organic oil versus.
We need to spend more time together. Let's put it this way. So he's a repeat, right?
Yeah.
Obviously. Yes.
We were having a discussion about organic, for seasoning the pan, you don't want to use organic oil, right?
Right, like you use any high temperature oil, right? But
you want to use, high temp, canola or vegetable.
Okay.
Don't use your best. Like olive oil is like wine.
Olive oil is,
right?
Just...
Can we do like an olive oil tasting? That'd be cool.
Oh, you want to? I'm the best person, yay!
Yeah. And I was at a restaurant the other time, they were doing like salt tasting. Like you could actually go like there was like 3 or 4 different salts. It's pretty cool.
No,
it was at Gibby's in Montreal. That was it.
Olive oil tasting is a real thing, right? Especially when it comes to organic olive oils, right? So it's, we can do that.
Okay.
But then we have to teach you how to, and we got to buy our little blue glasses, right?
Here's the deal. We're going to talk to Alvin and work out a deal where we can film every Thursday and create like a whole meal plan for the rest of the week,
For the rest
right?
of the week, absolutely.
Yeah,
I mean,
and actually, yeah, Jeff, you were talking about that, right? Like creating easy meals for realtors,
Yeah.
or for busy, not even just
yeah,
realtors.
busy people.
Say it again?
Easy meals for entrepreneurs, people in business, like moms, dads, like it's busy.
Bro, I take pride in like making sandwiches, like egg sandwiches.
Oh,
Oh, have you ever had a steak sandwich though? With
Yeah,
cheese,
but
I
it
tell you.
sometimes takes too
No,
long for
it
that.
doesn't.
I can make an egg.
Doesn't, yeah.
No?
No.
No? Okay,
Yeah.
well, we should have a sandwich off.
sandwich off, Montreal smoked meat.
All right.
Talk to
or-
me. Tell us about your sandwiches.
I have this thing, I'm infatuated with sandwiches where I'll make a bagel, I'll take a similar, like a over easy egg, but it still has a bit of yolk.
Yeah.
And then I'll put that, because you want to open it and cut it, let the yolk you
Kind
know.
of like ooze.
Yeah,
out of
yeah.
it. Like, it's like a poached egg, right?
Yeah.
But it's kind of.
We were gonna make something with
But
breakfast,
can you
right?
imagine that on a steak?
Absolutely, absolutely.
I told you.
Why I
Okay,
say
I'm starving already. We need to eat. Like, hey chef.
Chop, chop.
once I get the eggs into the oven, we'll work on the salad, and it's pretty much over.
Okay.
It's done.
Awesome.
Yeah.
No, for sure. But or being organized and having everything chopped,
Yeah.
as Jeff said, it's paramount. But these days you can buy vegetables that are already chopped, right? So it's like easy.
So for being a chef, what got you into real estate?
Great question. I was in the
That
food.
is a great question.
Like Sherif, I was in hospitality most of my life. I started in the back of the kitchen, and then I wanted to learn how to run the restaurant, the whole entire restaurant, operationally. So I moved to the front, I became a server, I became a
Are you
bartender.
allowed to share with us where you worked, or is that a secret?
No, I worked at, I started off in my own family restaurant
Yes.
at like 10 years old.
Okay.
So I got the breaking the ice with people.
Yeah.
I got service-wise, you know. I did that at a young age.
Did you own the real estate?
Sorry?
Did you own the real estate?
No. Dude, if I knew, we were leasing. My family was leasing, but it's funny. I mean, I can flip it up. Fast forward. I just did a jerk chicken pop-up
No
in
way.
Aurora. Killed it. Called Papa Chow's.
Yeah.
And we're onto something. We're working on it. A lot of people are asking me when that's coming back because I
Wait,
killed
wait.
it.
You can do jerk chicken?
Yeah, my family, like my brother's a chef, my nephew's a chef, my dad's a chef.
Yeah.
My grandfather, who's from Hong Kong,
Okay.
he didn't even talk. He just cooked. He spoke with food.
So did you hear what Trevor Noah said today at Realtor Quest?
I wish I was there for that. I went yesterday.
So
Did you go?
No. So I heard this because the power of social media, right? So Trevor Noah. So people ask Trevor Noah, where would you live in Toronto if you were to move here, right? So he said, anywhere where there's the best Jamaican beef patties.
Wow.
So how about we call Trevor Noah and say, hey, we're gonna sell you some real estate, and here's the deal. We'll tell you where to buy. Your minimum spend has to be $25 million.
That's hilarious.
Jeff, we bring all the pop-ups to him.
I would love that. I look,
His head just went spinning.
it's not even that. I think our jerk chicken is the real deal. Like, Toronto has very good food.
Yes.
And because of the culture we have, we're very fortunate. We have a great culture in our city.
Yeah.
And I think we have probably some of the best chefs, food, restaurants in the world.
Yeah. And we were, you sell downtown, right? You obviously sell downtown.
I sell anywhere I can sell, my friend.
So, and you see how like the art culture, the restaurant culture has changed in Toronto. I've been living in the city for over 31 years now, and so I've seen it change. And you'll go to Little India, and I'll be honest with you, like this is like Greenwood, Gerrard area.
Yeah.
We hated stepping foot in that area, and now that's
Why?
called because
It's just
at a young
grungy?
age you're not in tune with your own culture. It's just a sad part.
Oh, and the Gerrard East there.
Yeah, the Gerrard East area.
Oh, yeah,
But
yeah,
the
yeah.
real estate there is insanely expensive.
Ate the canary, right?
It's called Upper Beaches now.
But that's what's so good about our city. It has every culture, right?
Yeah.
Like I live near Lawrence and Don Mills, and just a little north in Scarborough, there's Little Middle East.
Yeah.
You know? So,
The food in Toronto is bad.
Oh, you're in the Warden Lawrence area.
well, not in Scarborough. I shops at Don Mills.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I do believe that Toronto food and restaurant is bar none. And we travel, like my kids and I travel a lot, travel the world.
Yeah.
Like no food like Toronto.
Okay.
And affordable, but also very tasteful, very ethnic. You can have an array of restaurants, and we're talking high-end food, right?
Yeah.
And then you go to Los Cabos, or you go to Thailand, or you go, and there's like, oh, you go to these big restaurants and whatnot. It's disappointing, actually.
Yeah.
I was disappointed at Los Cabos this year.
Oh, but that's okay. All right, so we're gonna do a little bit more cooking right now.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna update you. So what we did is we add the egg.
Okay.
So now it's almost like cooking it as an omelet.
Yes.
I added the cheese.
Yes.
And you want to keep the cheese at a little bit at the top, because when you put in the frittata in the oven, you want the cheese to kind of.
It smells so good.
And the frittata will just, puff up, right?
I'm gonna put a
And you
little
want
salt and
that.
pepper.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I do have some secret ingredients I put.
So before you
in
share
there.
the secret ingredients with us,
I'm not sharing it. They're
We're-
secret. That's why
we're gonna take a break now, and then after this, we'll be right back with more.
Yes.
See you at part 2, guys.